This is the Yerushalmi Berachos Daf Tzadik Aleph, and the article is for Adar edition. In the Vilna edition, it's Samachem and Beis. In the second wide line, Rabbi Yachad. Rabbi Yachad Tani Rabbi Shem Ben Gamliel. Lemon Koshma Revia. Why is the first rain called Revia? The She Ravas Es Haaretz. It mates with the land and it impregnates the land with the crop. Rabbi Chena Bar Yaakov Shem Rav Yehuda Shoshe Chita Bokim Boretz Chamishim Amma. The roots of a wheat plant go 50 amos deep into the ground. Shoshe Te'ena Rakim Bokim B'tzur. And the roots of a fig tree, even though it's soft, they are able to crack open hard rock. The land only absorbs water according to its strength. So the stronger the land, the less it absorbs. So what are the roots of the carob? What are the roots of the sycamore do? They don't penetrate so deep. So the Gemara says, every 30 days the depths rise up and they give water to these trees with the shorter roots. My time, what Pasuk teaches us this, Ani Hashem Notzro, I am Hashem who preserves it at moments I will give it to drink. So the Yosha says, Ashkena, the rega shetitzorech, for the moment it needs it. Each and every species according to whatever it is. So therefore, evidently the ones that want deeper roots go down deeper because they need more water. And the ones with shallow roots don't need as much water, and therefore when the water rises up to that level, that's sufficient for them. Ziratani Tamon, we learned over there. If a person sees that the grain is going down, the produce is going down in price, which is a good thing, but the satisfaction according to the world. In other words, there's a prevalence of produce. Nahar must speak to Medina. There's a river which is bringing sufficient water for the country. Omer Baruch Tova Meiti. You say the Baruch Tova Meiti is good for me and good for everybody else. Amla Mesa, if father dies, Omer Baruch Emes. Mesa Risho, but if he died and left over a legacy, then where Baruch Tova Meiti make bracha, both brachos, Emes and Tova Meiti. Halacha Gimel, Bona Bayis Chadash, V'kona Kel Chadashim. Person buys a new house or acquires new vessels. You make a shechianu. You make a bracha on good on bad things in a similar way to the way you make a bracha on good things, and vice versa. And the Gemara is going to explain what that means. Somebody dabs about something which already happened. It's a tefillah for naught. How so? If a person's wife is pregnant for Amar, and he said, will that my wife give birth to a male. This is a tefillah for naught. Baba there, a person coming along the road, and he hears shouts in the city. Amar, he says, it should be my house. I raise the tefillah shav. It's also a tefillah for naught because both these tefillahs are la'achar ma'isa, after already the phenomenon whatever it's time for has been actually determined. It says it's not just if they're new, even if they are already worn out. It's as if they're new for him. In other words, if they're new for him, it doesn't matter the fact that they're old. And of course, that's because you a simcha. But of course, it's simcha, then even if it's old, secondhand clothing, whatever the case may be, you still would make the bracha of shechianu. Rabbi Yaakov Bar Zadi B'Shem Mechi Bar Abba Amar Kana Omer Bruk Shechianu B'Kimanu La'azman Hazeh. person acquires new clothing, he says, Shechianu. Nita lo, if it's given to him as a gift, Omer Baruch HaTov HaMeitiv. Says the Baruch HaTov HaMeitiv. Avo Avua Rabbi Ba Mori B'Shem Rabbi Achaz said Kono Omer Baruch Shechianu Kol Shechianu B'Naseh Nita is given to him Omer Tov HaMeitiv. So the Tov HaMeitiv we make a bracha when something is good for us and good for others as well. Presumably, if one has good clothing, then it's going to bring benefit to other people. Like the Gemara tells us in Ksuvas that they go to Labayis can wear good clothing and charge the estate for it because he's going to do business with it and make money for everybody. Lavash begadim, when he puts on new clothing, or ba ma'bishom, not sure so many people know this halacha. But when you get new clothing and you wear them, you're supposed to make a bracha ma'bishum. Of course, it's not for today. We'd only make it on a suit or something significant, which causes a person simcha and is a notable occasion as opposed to just anything else. Rabbi Bob, just this way, right? Yeah, host is sukkah lats. Once they make sukkah up, or bracha sheker shem tzavtzon laso sukkah, which is the bracha which you don't make nowadays. The bracha to make a sukkah. Lacher, if you make a sukkah for somebody else, laso sukkah lishmo, to make a sukkah for the other person. Nichlas leishav, if you come to sin it, or bracha sheker shem tzavtzon l'sheba sukkah. Mishum mevarach yotav rishon. Queen this meaning once you make the bracha the first time sukkahs, answer the bracha oh. You have to make a bracha any other day of sukkahs. So ask where me'at that's the case. Also lulav la'atzot, so he makes a lulav for himself. Amar bracha sheker shem tzavtzon la'asot lulav. You should make a bracha to make a lulav. Lachet to make a bracha if you make somebody else la'asot lulav lishmo. Make a bracha to make a lulav for his name. Kshonot lo me'at yas lulav. When he says it, when he takes up, he says something else lulav. V'ashechianu. For kol shav v'shoshu nozlo. He makes a bracha each and every time which he picks it up. In other words, every day he makes the bracha again. The Rash brings down that although it's not here, but previously it had said over Parak Mishimei so Allah Gimel that the mitzvah is that sukkah there's no hefsek between the mitzvahs, it's all one because the mitzvahs is knowing both during the day and at night, whereas lulav is a hefsek each day because it's not knowing at night, so therefore you make a separate, according to this opinion, you make a separate bracha each day on lulav, but not a separate bracha each day on sukkah. Similarly, host of mezuzah has to say make some mezuzah for some more lasos mezuzah. That was the bracha to make a mezuzah. Acher he makes something else. Lasos mezuzah shmo. Make a mezuzah for him. Kova when you fix it to a doorpost. Amar bracha shek shem mitzvah mezuzah. Make a new bracha. Also, tefillin that's also makes a bracha for himself. A shek shem mitzvah tefillin. Lachari makes another person lasos tefillin lishmo. Shulavesh when he puts on Omer mitzvah tefillin. Make the bracha mitzvah tefillin, of course, according to Bavli, we make the bracha laniach tefillin. And the question is, will they make a second bracha on mitzvah tefillin on the shorosh or not? Hoset tzitzis lasos, somebody who makes tzitzis for himself. Omer shek yishem mitzvah tefillin lasos tzitzis. Lachari for somebody else lasos tzitzis lishmo. The sat when he wraps himself with it, shek yishem mitzvah tefillin satei tzitzis. Hatorim v'ma'aser v'nei shumos v'ma'aser Omer bracha shek yishem mitzvah tefillin lafish truma u'ma'aser. That's from himself. La'acher, avish truma ma'aser lishmo for him. Hashol yitzor l'chom arbucha zeh Hashem l'keim ma'achlam ha'shek l'shem mitzvah mitzvah al shchita. There's a bracha on the shchita. Amchaseh, somebody covers the blood, kisei adam. By Chayin Of says Amar kisei adam. Makes the bracha kisei and covering the blood. Hamol tzor l'chom arbucha shek l'shem mitzvah al amila. The person who does the Bris Milah makes bracha al amila. Avi Ben Omer, father, the child says, as we still do today. And those who stand there are supposed to say, just like we do today. Just you brought him into the bris. So they should bring him to Torah, Chuppah, and to Chuppah as well. We also say, of course, the Matzim Tovim. The second bracha of the Bris Milah, after the Bris Milah, is Baruch Asher Kidesh Yidin Mi Beten V'chol B'Shel Nishlam Tetzav El Tetzav Chasambos Briskosh, Hakim Skazos, Kel Chai, Chalkin, Sereno, Sabela, Tell Yidu, Sheris Shachas, Burashan Kres, which is almost identical, if not identical to Bracha we make today. Matzos, Aim Osai Mevarach Aleim. When you make a bracha on matzos, oh no, it's mitzvahs, sorry. Mitzvahs, Aim Osai Mevarach Aleim. When you make a bracha on mitzvahs in general. So, Rabbi Yochanan over the Siyasim when you're about to do them, right before you do them. Rav Huna Mar B'Shas Siyasim when you're already doing them. I said Rav Huna Kishmuel. Rav Huna is going like Shmuel. Dam Rabbi Yisrael Rav Huna Shem Shmuel. Constance Tuna Bracha B'Shas Siyasim. At the time you're doing them, Chutz Mitkil Tefillah as opposed to Tefillah Shofar, and Tefillah and a Mikvah. Tefillah Shofar is can't do it together, therefore you make the bracha before. And tefillah of a ger, you can't do the bracha before, and even the time is traveling since he's naked, and therefore they make the bracha after the tefillah. Question is exactly whether who we're talking about here is just the ger, and it's other because the ger can't make the bracha when he's in the mikveh, but a nida can, and therefore nida would make the bracha in the mikveh, whatever the case may be. We'll leave that for now. Some say af kiddushin bebi'ila. So too when you do kiddushin by bia, in other words, not by kesef or shtar. So what should we say here? Let's see both. Pnei Moshe says, "In case you should be ein lo levarach kim acharka." Should make the bracha afterwards. Come low. The shemen of the swatz low. It's maybe we shouldn't agree to it. Ushaz bila yev shabrach. In the bila, middle of the bila, you can't make the bracha. Charei mat. Because about how time if you ein lo levarach a mitzvah el shimu zumenes van laso. So you only should make a bracha on the mitzvah when it's you're preparatory doing it. Also, sharei maisha mamita. At that point, it's with the wife in the bed. It's kal in the bed. It's not appropriate to make a bracha then. Should make a bracha when you're unclothed. Leave I'm not requiring them to have relations when they're dressed and covered up. Come, Shireen, I'll never hear from this. The Kedusha, Kes V'Shtar, over Lasiyos and Tzorcha, Bar Bircha says, Kes V'Shtar, you do make the bracha right before you make the Ma'aseh Kedusha. Tshuva, Rambam, Avataisves, Perushu L'chiyah, me and the Baruch over Lasiyos and Haimik Shos, a mitzvah and Mevarech. Acher Lo. The only time you make a bracha over Lasiyos when the person doing the mitzvah makes the bracha, but when the Ma'aseh Kedusha makes the bracha, it would not necessarily be over Lasiyos. Okay, that's a chiddush, but we actually do it, of course, over Las Yasa. Back to the Gemara. There's another one. Tilon shel yad. Tilon shel ad shelo yachlot to shel rosh ad shelo yeva. The Tilon says says the much you can make a bracha as long as you're involved in it, as long as they haven't taken it off. Sharosh el betfilah sharosh hu that means she'ein barachaleh ad shelo yeva k'mad shelo yavi olav yad k'nebor shol. You should not make a bracha before you put it upon yourself and makes it secure in your head. Time of the kimel chatchil tzir berach o bracha lacheres al sharosh am mitzvah tefillin. So to make a separate bracha on mitzvah on the tefillin shalosh, but then kvar birech al shel yad lo niach. Even already made the bracha al yad shel yad lo niach. Hashtal kol berach al shalosh kodim sheminiach o shmar kon rosho. So now you have to make the bracha on the shalosh before you put it on, or you put it before it's put on its head. Di lo teimach. If not, came pam yishkach. So the enemy kumakayim bracha zu al shalosh. It's not going to the bracha on the shalosh is not going to be sustained. So it's a little bit cryptic what about the Pnei Moshe, but all the Perushim here are a little bit cryptic. So in order to understand this a little bit better, we're going to go with the Mashbiach. So the Mashbiach on the last two lines, or last few words, says, Ach lo yeva, lo yeva, min yeva, ha yeva, says that there are two words here. The yeva with a hay and yeva with an aleph. And he says that certain Rabbi Luntz, I don't remember what it said for Rabbi Luntz wrote, so between them both, he says they both mean Yehi Ba. Or the Mashbiach says, I don't understand that. How is it possible that the two words should have precisely the same meaning? So therefore he says that he found that Yevo with an aleph means kapinto, head binding. And he brings that from the Erech Yeva, which Rashbam brings from Baba Basra. And with this we can understand the Yerushalmi here. Tefillin Shalyad, Ad Shalo Yikshor, he goes to the gears of the Gra. The Tefillin Shalyad, before you tie it, the Sharosh Ad Lo Shalo Yeva, and Tefillin Sharosh, and before you bind it. So before you tie it means before you. A little bit hard to see. Tefillin Shayad, before you tie it, before you bind it. So it means before you, the way you want to say is the Kesher Shorosh, because it says Kop Binto in Lashon HaKodesh is called Kesher Shorosh. And it's like Rabbeinu Eliyahu is brought down with Tosas and Chulin, that you have to do the Kesher each and every day. I don't understand exactly this works. I understand in Chabad, the way they make the tefillin, way they put the tefillin, they're actually redoing the kesher and the shaliat every day, which we don't do. But also there is, according to this, there's the kesher shel rosh, also has to be done every day. That's ovel asiyasa. So there is, he says here, but there was so the way it should be is tefillin shaliat actually shor, right? Shel Rosh Ad Shelo Yeva. So the problem is that which Yeva are we talking about? Yeva with an Aleph, Yeva with a Hey. So he says a certain that's one of the linim found here it says Yeva with a Hey, and he saw that there's a distortion here because this Yeva is supposed to be with an Aleph, and therefore he made Haggah here in the Gemara, and he said Lo Yeva, I mean the Yeva. It shouldn't we're talking about not Yeva from Yeva with a Hey. Ha-Yeva with an aleph, and the second Yeva is supposed to be with an aleph. Now, as the time went by, and people didn't realize what's going on here, so the second Yeva was actually put with a Hey also. And it says V'zebaro, and he says, look in the Mavo to Mashbiach that I showed there that many times the Sofer and the Yerushalmi wrote Haggos, their own glosses between the rows, between the lines. And they put dots on the letters to show what they're referring to. And as time went by, the copiers or the printers took out the dots, and then we were left with cryptic text like this in order to interpret. So, using Mashbiach saves us a lot of Agmas Nefesh, and the rest of the Pnei Moshe, which is quite long, and it tries to explain the Girsa as it is in the Gemara itself. So let's read again inside as we do according to the Mashbiach. Aser Ravuna Kishmul Dam Rabbi Yosef Babu Sheshua Kotes Sunas Baruch Shasias Kotes Kefila V'Yeshem Samseh V'Shvila Am Rabbi Yonah Isla Charei. There's another one. Tefillin Shiat Ad Shelo Yikshor, before you tie it, and as the Greek Girsa again of the Gra, right? And the Radha also brings it down. Shorosh Achelo Yeva, which means before you bind it. Now, it could also say, also mean before, if not for what the Mashbiach says, it also mean before you press it down. Cup bindle could also mean press it down on your head. But that would also be Yo Yeva, and there's Yeva with an aleph. Lo Yeva, mean the Yeva, and then the Magia wrote, this Yeva is not Yeva from Yeva with a Hey, or Yeva, but this is from Yeva with an Aleph. And with this we save a lot of the discussion of how to understand this. And that brings about Tzaddik on base, and therefore we'll stop here for today.